James. While work is set to begin soon on a $35 million train station and hotel in the heart of Moline, funding for the actual passenger rail service is still in limbo. Today, officials did reveal the logo for the Q. That's what the building's going to be called, of course. After a year of work on the site, construction scheduled to start in the coming days. Plans include restaurants, shopping spaces, even a skywalk over the railroad tracks that are existing right now. Developers still need $177 million, though, from the state to restore passenger rail service, the actual train. But local leaders remain confident about getting the money.
The governor's committed to the project. The legislature approved the budget, which that funding is in.
To see the state continue that commitment is wonderful, and is really good to see that we're going to be able to utilize those federal funds to their best advantage.
The hotel should open by May of next year. There's no definite timeline for passenger rail's return, but track improvements did start in the Chicago area.
For most college students, going away to school means no parents and fewer rules. But what if instead you lived with one of your professors? That's what some students at Augustana College are doing this year. It's new at 10 tonight, and News 8's Jenna Morton joins us live in Rock Island to explain this new program.
Denise, it's a new program here at Augustana where a professor lives in the dorm. The point of the program isn't to make sure that students are staying out of trouble, but to make sure they're getting as much help as possible.
All right, so who's going to go first? Oh, you got him.
Kathy Jakowski is getting settled into her new home.
It's been really easy.
She's downgraded in size and has gained some new neighbors.
The students really have been friendly. Oh, full house.
Kathy, a professor at Augustana College, is getting to know her students on a whole nother level by living in the dorms with her husband, David.
I have to say that this isn't one of the things that was on my bucket list. This was very much a surprise.
They share a floor with sophomores.
I was excited because I heard that they'd be helping with tutoring.
I'm going for 6s.
Kathy wants to make it clear they're not there to keep an eye on the students.
We're not here to be disciplinarians,
but to provide even more help for them, from tutoring to getting help with choosing a major.
Really? Our students don't declare majors until the beginning of sophomore year. And if you are a sophomore and you don't yet know what your vocational calling is, you can really feel lost in the system.
And while she was worried how students would react,
they didn't pick to live on the floor with us, let alone in the residence hall with us.
She says so far students have taken it well. It doesn't hurt that Kathy and David have 2 cats.
I never expected to be living in a dorm with cats across the hallway. That's definitely unexpected, but I like it.
It's a good thing, math.
They welcome any student to stop by for whatever they may need, whether it's help with school,
oh my goodness,
or even a game of Yahtzee.
Oh!
Professor Jakowski also welcomes any student to stop by for a home-cooked meal. It's one of the events they plan on having once a week so students can get to know them as well as other faculty better. The plan is to have her live in the dorms for 3 years, depending how this first year goes. Reporting live in Rock Island, Jenna Morton, WQAD News 8.
Looks like a nice dorm room, too. The couple says their biggest adjustment so far is getting used to fire alarms. It's not rare that students will burn food, and so those alarms go off during all hours of the night.
Oh, those kids. After a big blow from the government, Itt Technical Institute is no longer accepting new students. Last week, the Department of Education banned the school from enrolling students who use federal financial aid. The school has been under investigation for its recruiting and accounting practices. Students have already started classes, can still use the financial aid they've got. Itt Technical Institute has campuses in both Iowa and Illinois.
A Burlington man under arrest tonight and facing a felony charge for the sexual assault of a 4-year-old boy. Police arrested 28-year-old Nicholas Cagle today at a home on Agency Street in Burlington. They say they seized several items from the home. Tonight he is in the Des Moines County Jail. An Illinois lawmaker wants to curb gun violence by tracking the bullets. State Representative Sonia Harper proposed requiring ammo makers to stamp serial numbers on every single bullet sold in Illinois. A database could track its source in just seconds. She believes it would help curb crime in places like Chicago. Similar legislation is pending in 20 states, but it faces some fierce opposition from the National Rifle Association.
A bizarre case of shoplifting in LeClair has some strange political connection. News 8's Elizabeth Wattis tells us why the shop owners say it's forcing them to make some changes.
Here's my favorite napkin.
Yeah. Welcome to Aunt Hattie's Fanciful Emporium, where just about everything's for sale, but the laughs, those are free of charge.
Almost all times a day in here you can, hear somebody laughing or, saying, come here, I got to show you something, because everything's so unique.
But there wasn't much to snicker about Saturday when 19 unexpected items went missing.
We had 9 of these Hillary Clinton stolen, and we had 10 of the Donald Trump stolen.
Presidential candidate paper dolls that sport different outfits, $11.99 a pop.
It's like a silly item to steal, but it adds up, and I'm a small business owner and I can't afford it.
This determined detective isn't letting the thief off easy. She's on the hunt.
If you see like a bulk of these items, know that, they could have been stolen from our shop, and please contact the LeClair Police Department. It's really important that we don't let people get away with these types of things.
And while change is coming to Aunt Hattie's in the form of security cameras,
I feel like I have to, because someone has ruined it for everybody by stealing this stuff.
One thing will always stay the same. Through the good and the bad, they'll always find something to laugh about. In LeClair, Iowa, Elizabeth Wattis, WQAD News 8.
Aunt Hattie's also sells a Bernie Sanders version of the dress-up doll, but the thief didn't take any of those. Still ahead on News 8 at 10, an armed man tries to steal a college student's car. How technical difficulties foiled that plan.
And could Donald Trump have ties to some foreign hackers? Why top Democrats are raising questions about his campaign.
You're watching WQAD News 8 at 10 with Jim Mertens and Denise Anitka.